Hey guys. It's been a little while, hasn't it? Yeah, it has. Here we are with another video. I'm going to be doing a makeup look for you guys today using all Shu Uemura products, and I'm also going to be reviewing a few products that I've been loving lately from Shu Uemura's skincare line. Before we move forward, I want you guys to know that all the products I'll be using today was sent to me by Shu Uemura, and this video is also sponsored, so if you guys have any issues with that, or maybe you guys want to check out your own reviews afterwards, you can certainly do that, and I just wanted to let you guys know before we start. Also, I feel the need to mention Marina's new album and Kendrick's new album, just saying, probably should download it. Moving right along. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start by applying the Lightbulb Fluid Foundation. This foundation has probably, I'd say, about a medium coverage. It is buildable, which is kind of nice because I've been straying away from the fuller coverage foundations as of late. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and apply this just with a buffer brush, and then I'm gonna blend it out with a sponge afterwards. Let's do this. So I'm just gonna start basically by dotting this kind of on my face, and then I'm gonna use circular motions to just kind of quickly buff it out onto the skin. Anywhere that I need a little bit more coverage, I'm just going to kind of dab the brush on the skin instead of wiping it. That basically just keeps the foundation where I want it instead of kind of moving it around all over the skin, you know, where you don't want it to be. You know what I'm saying? And this foundation does have kind of a nice glow to it. I don't know if you can see, but it is a little bit more kind of dewy, but I wouldn't say as dewy as I might normally go. It's like not quite as moist as I'm known to be. Just gonna blend it down the neck a little bit here. The light is a little close to my face, there we go. And then I'm just gonna do a quick once over with the little sponge that the foundation comes with. And you don't need to wet this or anything, it won't expand like a beauty blender. So basically I'm just gonna take it with a larger end and kind of just dab it on to make sure that I'm just buffing out any lines, as well as picking up any excess foundation that I don't need on there. I'm especially gonna kind of buff it out around my smile lines and between my brows, anywhere that like foundation tends to fall into fine lines. You just wanna pick up that excess product to kind of help correct that a little bit. I just kind of want to give you guys a close-up of what that foundation looks like without any other concealer or anything like that on it. As you can see, it does have a nice kind of glow, which I really like because, you know, I'm all about that dewy skin, girl. So I do really like that, and I like that it has enough coverage where it's kind of getting rid of my redness and stuff like that, but it's still, you can see my freckles through it and everything like that. So yeah, I actually really like this foundation a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna take this gel pencil and I'm gonna start to kind of map out a wing shape with it. Just starting my first line, lining it up with the lower lash line, and then bringing it in and touching kind of the center of the lash line here. And it doesn't matter if this is a little bit messy because we're going to blend it out. And then you can line the rest of the eye as well, and kind of fill in our little space here. So I'm making it pretty thick on the outer corner here because when we smoke it out, we want it to elongate the eye basically. So I'm gonna keep it pretty thin on the inner corner and just making it nice and chunky out here. And I'm just gonna take a little detailer brush and kind of start to smoke that out a little bit by running over the edge of it. And basically it's just going to be kind of a nice, soft, diffused line when we're done here. Well, that's what we're going for anyway. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is take the kind of plum shade from the palette, and I'm going to take a small brush and basically just pat that over the liner that we just put down. And I'm also going to use that to make it a little bit more kind of smoky and smudgy and, you know, lovely. And then I'm going to take that same little detailer brush and I'm just going to bring it in a tiny bit into the crease with that same plum shade. Just a little bit. And you're basically going to connect it with the tail of that wing so that it forms this nice little V shape. And just notice how I turn my brush depending on what I'm doing. If I'm kind of drawing the line in, I have my brush horizontal. And then when I want to go blend it out, I tip it kind of vertical so that I have more surface area to kind of start to blend out that little line. The reason why I'm doing it with this brush is because I don't want to use a bigger brush just yet to blend it out, because I want to keep it small and precise, not so that it's blended higher and higher towards the brow bone there. And then I am going to go in with a little bit of a bigger brush now to blend that out, using a little bit of that orange shade from the palette. And I'm just having really controlled movements here, so again, we're not blending it too high or kind of ruining our little shape we've made here. And I'm also not wanting to blend it too far in towards the inner corner. We're just gonna kind of keep the focus on the outer corner here to make it nice and smoky. Next what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that plum shade on an angle brush. So I'm just basically sketching out the lower lash line, and what I'm doing is I'm making it a little bit sharper towards the inner corner, and what that's going to do is it's going to make kind of more of an almond shape, which is going to elongate the eye, kind of connecting it with that outer wing there. Again, don't worry about this being too perfect right now because we're going to blend it out in a second. Just get it as close to the old lash line as you can. Just gonna go ahead and pick up a little bit more of that plum shade on my detailer brush, and I'm just going to basically go over that line and kind of start to smoke it out using my windshield wiper movements here. So this is the final eye look. For the lips, I'm just going to go ahead and apply the drawing pencil in the color Brick Brown, which is just kind of a nice, like, muted, reddy brown kind of color, and I really love it a lot. It's the most majestic color that ever was and ever will be, so anyways, I'm going to go ahead and apply that. I'm just kind of applying it to the center first, and then I'm going to use my finger to kind of blend it over the lip to make it a little bit less of a intense color. And then I'm going to line the rest of the lips like normal. So this is the finished makeup look, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Okay, so now I'm going to quickly go over with you guys some of my favorite Shu Uemura skincare products. When I was first contacted to do this video, they were like, oh, we want you to do like a skincare routine and stuff, and I was like, no way. My followers know I'm all about the argan milk, I'm all about Lush, you know, all this stuff. They know my skincare routine basically. And so they were like, well, that's fine, you can just review it. So basically I went into this thinking that like I would never change my skincare routine because I haven't in so long, I really haven't. And my skin was kind of bad anyway, so I was like, whatever, I'm gonna try their new products, see what I think about them. And the moisturizers, I actually have completely stopped using my argan milk and started using these ones. So the two kind of moisturizers that I want to show you guys are the Emulsion from the new line, which I really, really like. I apply this before I apply the cream, which this is a super, super heavy cream, and I'm like half done this jar already because I love these two products together. Oh, there's a little cat hair in here. Thanks, Choco. So I use these two products together. I apply the emulsion first and then do the cream over top. And I'm not sure if that's even how I'm supposed to use them, but it's just kind of how I started using them. And basically, I don't even know how to describe to you guys how much my skin has changed. I feel like I have reduced redness. I don't know if that's a side effect of this, but because I've been tanning lately, my skin's been quite red and not necessarily irritated, but just like I've been getting quite a bit of redness on my face that doesn't really go away. And I feel like it's been reduced a lot by using these two together, it seems like. And I also feel like my skin is just so much like smoother and plumper. It's just bizarre. Like, I haven't changed my moisturizer in so long, and I started using these and I was just like, goddamn, I have to go buy these afterwards. And I genuinely, honestly will probably continue to use these. I'm like half done them already, and I will be picking them up myself after they are finished You can believe that. The other thing I've really been liking is the cleansing oil, and look how freaking cute this bottle is. It matches my bathroom, just throwing it out there. Anyways, this one is the Skin Refining Anti-Dullness Cleansing Oil, and basically how I use this is I just pump it into my hand, just like one pump is literally all you need. I smooth it kind of all over my face and start to kind of take off my makeup with it, and then I wet my hands and I apply it to my face, and then basically when you wet your hands, it kind of turns it into like this white sort of thing. I don't know, it turns white and then it starts to really start to remove your makeup and break it down. And it's way gentler than using my makeup wipes. I usually use MAC wipes to remove my makeup and then like a washcloth, and this just feels so much gentler on my skin. It doesn't make my skin feel irritated or kind of like, I don't know, like I get really kind of irritated skin when I use my wipes. It's like really red and kind of like itchy afterwards. And with the oil, it's just like, it just feels really nice. I wouldn't necessarily recommend that to you if you use a ton of like waterproof makeup. Like if you're using those like really intense like waterproof liquid lipsticks or like really waterproof eyeliner and stuff, I wouldn't necessarily recommend that. It doesn't really take away super waterproof makeup or like really staining makeup all that well. But if you're someone that wears more like kind of natural subdued makeup, not a ton of waterproof and like red lip stains and stuff like that, it's gonna really help to remove that makeup without being so harsh like normal makeup removers can be. So basically after I take that oil off my skin, I will kind of use a washcloth with just warm water and just like take off the rest and kind of get rid of that oily residue, and then apply my moisturizer like normal. And I have been really enjoying it, and I feel like my skin just feels so much cleaner afterwards. It doesn't feel like there's anything on it. It just feels nice and fresh and ready to go. So yeah, I've been really digging those skincare products a lot lately. I've completely not used or touched my argan milk basically since I started using that. Which I thought would never happen. So there you have it. One last thing before we conclude this video. Shu Uemura is offering you guys 15% off with a product code that I will put on the screen as well as in the box below. And they are also doing a giveaway which you can enter in the box below. There will be a link down there for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you learned something cool today, and I will see you next time. Peace out.